Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is FPL. I'm actually going to be going through my game of 28 team selection, my game of 27 team review, also some transfer thoughts ahead of game of 28 and a little bit of captaincy picks as well. Before we get into that, I'd like to thank you all guys for the continued support on the channel. I think we have finally hit 940 and the goal is 950. So if you're new around here or regular viewer, make sure you hit that sub button, make sure you leave a like, make sure you hit that bell to miss any content going up on the channel. Without wasting any much time, let's get straight into it. So first, we're going to look at my Game 27 team review. I managed to score 60 points, which was an amazing game week. Came over point to 1,429 and a huge green arrow from 1 million all the way to the top 800k. Hopefully, Canada is not to push for the top 500k. So in goal, we had Bruggen, Brother finally managing to keep a clean sheet after all the unlucky game weeks. Bruggen there with 7 points. Chalobah and Gabriel blanking for 2 points apiece, but Van Dijk coming up clutch with a late assist for 11 points, plus also a clean sheet in there. And then we had Bruno, Rogers, and Enzo all blanking for 2 points. Very unfortunate with that one. Then we had Semenyo who got 4 points, coming up with some DEFCON points, same as Wilson, but he was able to add an assist on top of the DEFCON points. Then you had Haaland who got an assist for 6 points. Very unlucky not to score. I think he looked very good in that game against Newcastle. But as a captain, Joe Pedro, was very happy that Haaland managed to come out with an assist because Joe Pedro came out with a goal. I thought they were going to push on for hat trick or something like that, considering how early he scored. But in the end, they ended up being an even game and ended 1-1, which was very surprising to many. And then on the bench, you had Dubravka, 2 points, Anderson and Rolon both on 4 points, and Mane as well on 2 points. So all in all, a very amazing game week. Hopefully, we are game 28 can be able to top that. So now let's look at what game 28 has in store for us. So before we look at my team selection, I'm going to look at some transfer thoughts ahead of game 28, and the transfer I'm thinking of doing is Enzo Fernandez to Dango Utara. It feels so weird calling him Dango. I'm just going to stick to Utara if I'm being honest. So the reason I'm transferring out Enzo been very shocking. Burnley, Wolves, and Leeds only coming out with 6 points, and the fixtures coming up next for Chelsea are very shocking as well. Arsenal, Villa, Newcastle, Everton, and Man City in their next 5. So I think now it's time to move on from the Chelsea assets. If they gave you points, well and good, but they didn't give you points. I think it's been a disappointing run. And the player I'm going to bring in is Ottawa, as I already mentioned. Very good fixtures coming up for Brentford. They have Burnley, Bournemouth, Wolves, Leeds, and Everton in their next 5 games. Very winnable game, and they're still pushing for that. Maybe Conference League, I think, is on the cards for them. So they're going to be pushing for that. And I think they can be able to get it, and they need the likes of Ottawa, Thiago, Shade, and those type of players are going to produce very good points. And I hope that Ottawa will be at the front of those very good points and very good moments for Brentford. What are the transfer I'm thinking about? Let's look at how we're going to be lining up ahead of game 28. This is how my team is going to be looking like ahead of game 28. I'm going to be having Verbruggen in goal against Nottingham Forest. And to be honest, Nottingham Forest did look very good against Liverpool. Just unfortunately could not put the ball in the back of the net. So with a slight chance of the game ending 0-0 and a clean sheet for Verbruggen once again. But I think that's a lot to ask for. But hey, I'm here asking for that. Then we have Anderson against Spurs. Spurs looked very poor against Arsenal. But of course, playing Arsenal and Fulham, two completely different things. And Spurs looking like they're going to be in that relegation dogfight. And Fulham still, I think, Conference League still on the card. So maybe there's a potential there of a clean sheet for Anderson, or maybe attacking return, but mostly just looking at DEFCON points if I'm being honest. Then you have Van Dijk against West Ham. West Ham are looking like they're going to be able to produce some few goals here and there. But with that being said, they ended a 0-0 game against Bournemouth the other day. So maybe a tricky clean sheet for Liverpool could also go a very long way. Then finishing off the defense is Gabriel. It's been a while since Arsenal kept a clean sheet. It's been a while since Gabriel got like a goal from a set piece or something like that. I know he got an assist against Wolves for that Calaflori goal, but I think he got a little bit more when it comes to someone who was banging in headers like nobody's been at the start of the season. I think they've dried up a little bit for Arsenal, but it is. You're hoping for a clean sheet against Chelsea. So that's the defense and the goalkeeping department. I'm not so confident about it, but all you can do is just hope. Let's look at what the midfield is going to be looking like. This is how the midfield is going to be looking like. Going to be having Semenyo in there against Leeds. Of course, Leeds not a very, very easy fixture, especially with Man City being aware that it's going to be a very, very tough fixture. But I do expect Man City to come out with the 3 points. I mean, it was very disappointing in the game against Newcastle. Went to some very dangerous positions, failed to score or failed to pass to Haaland. So it was very, very unlucky for him. But I hope against Leeds, he can able to put his stuff together and able to produce some attacking returns. Then we have Rogers playing against Wolves. Rogers also looked very, very poor last game week against Leeds, but I do hope against Wolves they're able to turn it up and will produce some attacking returns. As now it looks like they're going to be in that top four conversation and they are around 8 points clear, so they have to step it up a little bit. Then you have Wilson against Spurs. Just hoping for some attacking returns. I think it's going to be a tough fixture. Attacking returns could go a very long way for Wilson. Then you have Dango Utara, who are going to be bringing in, playing against one of the poor teams in Burnley, just hoping for some attacking returns in there as well. Then finishing off the midfield is going to be Bruno Fernandes, hoping for better performance compared to the Everton game, still chasing that assist record. So he needs to start putting those assist numbers in the bag and hope he's going to be able to perform against Crystal Palace. And you all know how Crystal Palace play after European night, so yeah, he's going to be at Old Trafford, so I'm expecting some big points from Bruno Fernandes. So that's the midfield. Looks pretty solid, full of goals and assists. And let's look at the forward line. Here's how the forward line is going to be looking like. Going to be having Haaland in there playing against Leeds, and I'm going to be captaining Haaland as well. And I'll say that playing against Leeds away is a very tough fixture, but I do expect City to come out with the 3 points, and I know that Haaland is going to be instrumental in that. Then finishing off the team is going to be João Pedro playing against Arsenal, of course, as I mentioned. I don't keep a lot of clean sheets, so I do expect that João Pedro can be able to get a couple of chances here and there, and will be able to put one away, if I'm being honest. I'm not really expecting anything, but all a man can do is hope. So that's the team. On the bench, we have Dubravka. Chalobah is going to be on the bench against Chelsea, although he did score in the reverse fixture. And yeah, maybe that's something to consider. But I think he's going to be on the bench. And you have Rodon and Mane also on the bench. Not a really strong bench, but here's what it is. So that's my team for Game 28. Looks pretty solid. Hopefully, they can be able to score a lot of points like the way he scored a lot of points in Game 27. And another green arrow will be very much appreciated. So, you managed to reach this far. Put it down in the comments what do you think about my team. Also, if you have any questions, all the links to my socials are down in the description. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you all guys later. Bye bye.